Good morning, colleagues. We are here in Gauteng because this is the next center of political power in the election next year. But we're also meeting here because we have a government that no longer cares here in South Africa. And so for us, this is important because we are fighting for you as we are fighting against this 31.4% increase in the electricity tariffs, because as my colleague said, it's unsustainable and unaffordable. People are suffering on a daily basis at schools, at creches, at homes, at small businesses, in hospitals all over South Africa. People are suffering as a result of this increase in the electricity tariffs, but they genuinely suffer because we have a government that simply does not care. More load shedding means more people will lose their jobs. And this is a government that simply does not care. And so, for us, this is a tragedy that we must now be here in court to fight a 31.4% additional corruption tax on the electricity tariffs, because the electricity tariffs is a form of subsidy for more corruption by the ANC, more corruption by Eskom. And we are here because we see the impact on the food prices, we see the impact on inflation, we see the impact on the cost of diesel. All of this bring more hardships to ordinary people, and the ANC and Eskom simply do not care. The ANC and Eskom is responsible for load shedding in South Africa. And now they want to increase the tariffs. But you get less electricity, you pay more, and you get more load shedding. This is why we are here in the High Court, here in North Gauteng, because we believe this must be stopped. But you can stop it, because next year is a very important, vital election taking place in South Africa. The ANC has cut your power. But next year, during the election, you can now go to the main switch and switch off the power of the ANC. But there will be two switches. The first switch is to switch off the power of the ANC. The second switch is to switch on your power and give power back to the people. And that is why this election is an important election taking place next year. But in order to switch on your power, you need to make sure that you are registered for this election. This is the most important election. If you want to switch off the ANC's power and switch on your power, we must make sure that everybody is registered to take part in the election next year. Because this is an important election. It's a make or break election. There's no off, nooit. It's now or never. And so this election, we must make sure that we are registered. And you can make sure that you are registered by going to check.da.org.za. I repeat, to make sure that you are registered for the election next year, to switch on your power, to switch off the power of the ANC, visit check.da.org.za. But the DA, as you heard from Premier Alan Winde, we have a plan. Next year, with a multi-party coalition government, we will focus on three main issues. Number one, electricity security. Number two, jobs to stimulate the economy. And thirdly, focusing on crime prevention. But we must stop corruption at Eskom. We must stop corruption of the ANC. As Alan Winde explained, part of our plan countrywide will be to allow for an energy mix. We will privatize the energy generation and energy distribution and bring in more independent power producers. We will also cut the red tape in the energy circle. Very important, we will scrap the Ministry of Electricity, because since his appointment, we have more load shedding, more increases. We will scrap the Ministry of Electricity. And very important, to cut the red tape in the energy sector. And so we will make sure that we next year kickstart the economy, making sure that we have an independent resource plan that will make sure that we have sustainability in our energy supply. This is vital, this is critical, because we have a government that simply don't care. But you have the power to switch off the power of the ANC and switch on the power of the people. And we ask you to use your vote responsibly next year, because we want to grow the economy. Gauteng is the center of the economic power in South Africa. And this is the place that where we want to see massive economic growth. But you cannot have economic growth without sustainable energy provision. And we have a plan from the Western Cape, and we will implement that plan right here in Gauteng, because next year a new government is coming to Gauteng, but also a new government is coming to the union buildings. Thank you.